Okay, so after doing a video where I was showing off my tribal button-down t-shirts, I decided to make this video on old trends that I think should make a comeback, just 'cause I feel like talking about it. Now, there are a lot of trends from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s that I thought were really cool for the time, and even to this day I think are still cool, and would love to see them become popular again. Now, some of these trends are still sort of a thing nowadays, but when it comes down to it, I want to see these trends be seen more often in my everyday life, even in media. I don't care if people say that these trends are outdated or whatever. I mean, it's not like the trends I'm seeing nowadays are any better. So I'd rather see these old trends make a comeback than have any of these trends we have right now. So the first thing I want to see make a comeback is the goth subculture. Now, goths were pretty much everywhere in the 90s and early 2000s, especially if you were shopping at Hot Topic. Of course, I've had a lot of people on my Draven Crow channel ask me if I'm a goth in real life, and I'm actually not. I'm just into a lot of gothic shit in the media from The Crow, Spawn, wrestlers like The Undertaker, Vampiro, Raven, Sting, cartoons like Invader Zim, and my favorite thing to come out of it are the chicks, who I find very attractive. Well, for the most part, because some kind of freak me out, but the rest are cool. Now, I've dated my fair share of goth chicks over the years, and am currently dating one now. I just find chicks like that to be really cool, just because they're into a lot of shit that I'm into, like rock, metal, industrial music, and horror movies and all that stuff. Now, I'm not saying that they have to dress up like it's Halloween every day, because that could be a turnoff for me at times. But if they were to dress more casual but with an edgier and sexier look to them, then that's what's gonna grab my attention. I do think the goth subculture is very misunderstood by the mainstream, and this is coming from a non-goth himself, and I would love to see more of the goth scene come back. Plus, we need more black goth women. Another trend I want to see make a comeback is the grunge trend from the 90s. Yeah, I know it's still kind of a thing nowadays, especially when it comes to the fashion, but 90s grunge from Kurt Cobain, Ethan Hawke, and Drew Barrymore had a special unironic twist that I kinda miss. So I want to see more of that. Okay, so I'm gonna dive right into the fashion that I would bring back. And this is specifically only going to be for the men. So I've already talked about those tribal dragon manga related button down t-shirts that I would bring back on a previous video. These shirts were fucking cool and badass. But it's not just shirts like these. It's also any type of clothing with really cool tribal and badass artwork around them like this. And as you can see here, we got a really cool sleeveless t-shirt. And we have a hoodie right here with a dragon design on there and silver stuff on the hoodie part. And this is one I actually own, and this was pretty popular during the late 90s and early 2000s. But more shit like this needs to come back. Another fashion trend I want to bring back are like some really cool tattoos. Now, I actually like tattoos as I think they can be pretty fucking cool. I actually have one myself, and it's one of a Grim Reaper. Tattoos can be pretty fucking cool, but until people start having shit like My Little Pony or something gay like that, that's where it gets stupid. But I want to see like more cool dragon, tribal, or like these Grim Reaper tattoos come back. As you can see right here, this is Batista back in his old days rocking some really cool tattoo designs. He got a really cool badass dragon design on his backside. You know, shit like this I want to see come back. I also want to bring back some pendants for males to wear. And it could be stuff from these yin yang and dragon symbols, or these really cool silver ball necklaces, which were really popular back in the 90s and early 2000s, especially in the goth scene. Shit like this you're gonna be seeing making more of a comeback. And I actually do own some myself, as I do wear a different one every day. And these are fucking cool and way better than bling bling. And as you can see here, we got the Hardy Boys rocking some really cool pendants designs. And shit like this I want to see be cool again. We also gotta bring back some cool leather jackets. Shit like this you're going to be seeing more often. We also got this really cool denim ripped sleeve vest, which I thought was cool back then. You know, we got The Undertaker in that really cool attire back when he returned back in the year 2000. And I thought he looked really badass in that vest. Even Triple H when he returned back in 2002 from a quad injury. And he was rocking a really cool jacket. And yeah, I know he wore that before in 2001, but in 2002, I just remembered wanting one so badly. And I actually did order one like it. And in this picture right here, we got Triple H and Chris Jericho rocking some really cool clothing. You know, you see Chris Jericho on the right rocking some really cool button down flaming t shirt, and Triple H rocking a really cool jacket. And this was actually around the time during that whole build up towards WrestleMania 18. But this kind of fashion you see right here is what you're going to be seeing come back. Other men's clothing that I want to bring back are these really cool flannel vests. As you can see right here, this is actually Austin St. John from a childhood favorite show of mine called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in 1994. And he's rocking a really cool vest right here. I also want to bring back more of these flaming beanies, as you can see right here. These were pretty fucking cool. I want to bring back some really cool sunglasses also. You know, you see The Rock right here, and he's rocking some really cool sunglasses. I also want to bring back some really cool trench coats. Now, I don't know if these would be accepted in schools in this day and age, especially now that we're 2 decades past the whole Columbine shooting, but I still want to see more of these come back. I also want to bring back some baggy clothing to be worn often for the men. And I'm not talking about wearing really baggy clothing that were too baggy for you, but even me, like, I'm not a fan of really baggy clothing that are like too big for me. But at least bag your clothing, because what I'm seeing nowadays with all these men wearing all of these skinny jeans, it just looks fucking gay. Like, for real, men should not be dressing like women. And also, I want to bring back cargo pants. This is another style that I want to see be worn more often. And even that whole spiky hair trend from the new metal period of the late 90s and early 2000s is going to make a comeback. And I actually did used to have spiky hair back in my middle school days. And I just thought they were cool because it just made you feel like you were a Super Saiyan. I also want to see more long hair make a comeback. I've just always thought that guys looked really cool in long hair. And no, I'm not saying that in a gay way or anything, because it's anything but that. But I'm saying it in a more dude bro type of way. Like, dudes look way cooler with long hair, like they're rock stars or something. Now, I myself used to have long hair, and it used to look similar to what you see right here, but I no longer have it. And that was for other reasons, but I am thinking about growing it out someday. And what we have here, we have Triple H back when he used to have long hair before he became a corporate sellout. Same goes for Jason David Frank from Power Rangers and Jason Newsted from Metallica. We even have Jean-Claude Van Damme rocking a mullet back when he starred in that movie called A Hard Target. We even have Jeff Hardy right here. And yeah, I want to see more of this. Yeah, I do know that there are some men out there that still rock the long hair, like Jason Momoa and Roman Reigns. But I do want to see more dudes rock long hair, because I do think some dudes can pull it off. And again, not in a gay way. Plus, let's be honest, there are a lot of chicks out there that dig guys with long hair. And even another trend related to long hair for men is these undercut ponytails. Fuck these gay-ass Wilma Flintstone modern ponytails we see nowadays. That shit looks so fucking gay, and I would never have a hairstyle like that. I've always thought that dudes looked badass in these undercut ponytail hairstyles. Like, for example, we have Brad from Home Improvement, and he's rocking a really cool ponytail. Same goes for RVD and Matt Hardy. You know, I want to see more dudes rock more ponytails like these than this gay hipster shit. And that's basically it for the fashion. Okay, for music, I would make rock, metal, jazz, industrial, and good rave music popular again. Good genres like these have taken a backseat to rap, pop, And as for someone like me who is a fan of these genres, especially one who is black but prefers rock and metal music over shitty ass ghetto rap music, like I just want to hear some good music on the radio again. Because nowadays, when I'm like driving to places and I'm checking out the radio stations, there's like nothing decent to listen to. It's just nothing but shitty rap, pop music, and reggaeton. Just all of that garbage, man. Like, oh. And to think that rock and metal music and jazz was like super popular back in the 50s and the 60s and 70s and the 80s and even the 90s, and to see that like just completely wiped out of the fucking mainstream radio for shittier genres like rap and pop music. Bands like Seven Dust, Lamb of God, and Catatonia should be really popular right now, and they're not. And it's a real shame because I remembered back in the late 90s and early 2000s, back in the old WWF days, they used to play a lot of rock and metal soundtracks. Like even Dragon Ball Z movies like Cooler's Revenge and the legendary Super Saiyan had really cool badass metal soundtracks. From like Haji's Kitchen, Disturbed, Breaking Point, and all that shit. And you're telling me that we can't get that now, dude? Like, seriously. Like rock and metal just goes together well with so many different things in media. And it's just a real shame that it's not popular anymore. Because I have to live in a society of people full of shitty taste in music. Yes, and that's a fact. Period. But like, I don't want to just see rock and metal mainstream again. Like, I want to see it more in movie soundtracks and like gaming soundtracks or whatever. You know? I mean, hell, you'll get a lot more people into metal that way, and that's how I got into it, so. But yeah, it's just not rock and metal that I just want to see in the mainstream. Like I mentioned, it's also jazz music, which I know a lot of people think this genre is boring, but too bad. Jazz music is fucking awesome. Like, I just feel like it's a very expressive genre, and it's good for relaxing. Next, I want to bring back more martial art movies, especially if you're into the old Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and the Raid Redemption movies. Shit like this is gonna make a comeback. Like, I myself grew up on martial art movies ever since I was really young, and I mainly enjoy them for the choreography and athleticism. In my experience, drama often takes a backseat to the action, although there are some exceptions. These movies were highly entertaining to watch, and they were everywhere back in the day, and have taken a backseat to all these boring comic book movies. For fucking Christ. Hopefully, they do make a comeback, and people get so sick and tired of all these shitty comic book movies. Next, I also want to see more slasher movies make a comeback. If you're someone that's a huge fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Child's Play, or any of the Scream movies, then you'll know what I'm talking about. I've always thought that slasher movies were a lot of fun to watch. While yes, they can be very cliched, are still better than a lot of these found footage and psychological horror movies that do not fucking scare me at all. So why not do more slasher movies? They were pretty cool. Next, I also want to see more 2D animated movies in theaters. Now, nothing to me beats 2D animation. With a lot of effort put behind it, these movies can look fucking beautiful in theaters. Nothing against the CGI, but I just prefer good old 2D animation. And a few of my favorite movies that were 2D animated were Akira, The Lion King, Ghost in the Shell, and Aladdin. And I would love it if this style were to make a comeback in theaters. Now, as for cartoons, I want to bring back more of these Saturday morning cartoons, and even action cartoons for this generation. Now, I don't watch cartoons anymore unless I'm watching Family Guide, the Castlevania Netflix series, some of DC's animated movies released on Blu-ray, and some anime, I guess. And also that new Invader Zim movie, which I fucking loved, man. But yeah, pretty much ever since the early 2000s, I kinda grew out of cartoons. The only shows that kept me watching for a while were Invader Zim and Toonami, and that's pretty much it. But this video is not about that. But from what I'm seeing nowadays, from shit like Teen Titans Go and this brand new Thundercats show, like, I'm just saying to myself, like, what are they putting out for kids these days? Like, if I ever have kids, I would not want them watching this. You know, it's like TV networks want to treat kids like retards by giving them shit like this. And this is literally the worst thing you can do when making a cartoon for kids. Back when we had cartoons, we had all these like badass action cartoons like Batman the Animated Series, SWAT Cats, Beast Wars, Transformers, the Spider-Man 90s series, X-Men the 90s series. You know, we had a reboot, we had a Dragon Ball Z. And this is what they're giving kids nowadays? Like, ugh, Red Wolf is so right. These networks are so out of touch. But this is why I want to bring back action cartoons. So that way kids can have some badass shows to watch, especially the boys. You know, you just can't keep treating kids like idiots. Because if you do, they're gonna grow up to be idiots. And look at what we have now. A bunch of man children who watch crap like Teen Titans Go and My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Just pathetic, man. And back in my day, these guys would have been laughed at. But because we're in the 2010s, we all have to be political. Just fucking pathetic, man. Pathetic. But yeah, we need more action cartoons. And not just that, but a really cool Saturday morning block for kids to watch. You know? So yeah, I'm gonna bring back Saturday morning cartoons for the kids and a lot more action cartoons. Now for gaming, I want the first person shooters to be more retro-like, where it's more blood and guts. Nowadays, we have an excessive amount of Half-Lives and Call of Duty, which makes modern gaming for me to be really boring and generic. Now, yes, although some of the games back then were Doom clones, the games were just better designed with equal emphasis on single player and multiplayer. Not to mention, those games had way better music. So yeah, it would be cool if we had more first-person shooters nowadays return more to this style. And I guess the final trend that I really want to see come back is for the entertainment industry to become a lot more edgier like it was in the 90s. Now, the one thing I want to praise about the 90s was just how cool of a decade it was. Granted, there was a lot of shit in the 90s, like boy bands and a lot of that stuff, but we also had mature cartoons like Batman the Animated Series, a badass wrestling product from ECW and WWF giving us violence and nudity, kick-ass bands like Pantera, cool TV shows like Beavis and Butthead and South Park. Jerry Springer was super hot during this time. You know, the 90s was just a carefree time where people were a lot happier and less people were offended by stuff in the media. And I just miss that. Not just the edgy content, but the not give a fuck attitude. But what do you expect? We're talking about a pre 9/11 world before everything went to shit. And that's basically it for the trends I want to see come back. So let me know down below if there are any trends you want to see come back. And that's basically it, guys. Later.